go for it.
That's it. Just go for it.
Go for it. I mean, I grew up with the whole thing of like, I'm not like a second generation hot rod builder or anything like that. And like we grew up working middle class. So if I wanted anything cool, I had to make it. And so that's kind of where the premise behind all of the skills came from, is like, I wanted to have a cool motorcycle. I wanted to have a cool car, a cool truck. I don't have the funds to pay somebody, so I'm going to learn how to do it myself.
Welcome to the Utah Business Spotlight, baby. I am your host, Peter Anthony. I need you to like, I need you to subscribe, I need you to share. I am here today with a person who's a young legend doing legendary things with some of the favorite things that boys and girls around the world absolutely love, adore, and dream about. I'm here with my friend Pete from Dexterous Engineering. Pete, how are you, man?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
You're a good-looking young guy. I got to tell you, man. And what you're doing is crazy cool. The things that you're bending and turning and flipping and changing and shaping and dropping and extending. It's wild, baby. You are magicians with metal. Tell us about what you do, how you do it, and why you do it.
So what I do is I build custom vehicles for clients, so to speak. I guess that's the simplest way of putting it.
Yeah, you build really cool custom vehicles, but they're vehicles we dream about.
Correct.
And you turn our dreams into something we couldn't have imagined.
Try to, at least.
Oh, absolutely. I've spent a lot of time at your shop, and I'm seeing what you're working on. But everybody knows you, but they don't know that they know you.
Yeah.
You've been on some really important shows, and you've worked with the best designers, the most legendary designers in the world of custom automotive. I want to say that you were on Overhauling.
Mm-hmm. I did the very last episode of Overhauling.
Yep, part of the A-team with Chip.
Yeah. We did Shaq's 64 Impala.
Which came out crazy. And you were a big part of that. The reason that they called you in was because all the metal fabrication, they couldn't find anybody who could actually do it.
It was the most involved build to date. I got asked by a friend of mine who's an original A-team member to come and help out, and I ended up staying longer than I planned on. I did 65 hours straight.
Wow.
Working.
So when you watch those shows, it's real.
Yeah. So it was it kind of went back to the original like Overhaulin days. Myself and a few other guys, we saw what was needing to be done on the car and saw the deadline, and we just went for it. And we would go into the break room and take little 10, 15-minute breaks. I would sit on the couch and I would just fall asleep just sitting upright like this type of thing.
Wow.
And yeah, 65 hours straight.
That's super cool.
You won't see me on the episode, but I was there.
Yeah, man. But you see the work.
Yeah.
And the work was flawless. It was really, really good.
Takes a team.
It does. It does. And then you were on another really important show. Tell us about that. That's a local hero.
I was on a number of seasons of Bitchin Rides. I worked for Kindigit Design for 3.5 years. And during that time, I was on seasons 2 through 6 of Bitchin Rides.
That's super cool. And you can see you on that.
Yes.
You can see me on that. And what was your nickname?
Bam Bam.
Bam Bam. I love it. Right?
I told you I swing a hammer.
I love it. But then that encouraged you to open Dexterous Engineering.
Yeah.
Right out here in Utah. So we are in Utah ridiculously lucky to have him. Right. So what I love about Dexterous Engineering is that when you go in there, it's about bending metal.
Yeah.
It's so cool. You've got everything from the Scouts to the to incredible old Fords, because I used to have that 66 F100, and had I known you'd existed, I just would have dropped it off and said, okay, cool, 2 or 3 year build, $500,000, just do it, man. I'll figure it out. Because but I left it because not a lot of people can work on that properly. It's hard.
Well, and
those are full metal cars.
Especially like the F100 market. For a long time, like it was really hard to find parts for the F100s. And somehow the shop has turned into an F100 Central.
I know right now, but you also do motorcycles.
Yeah.
You do cars because we saw that really cool. Is it a 65 that's back there or 66?
66 Mustang.
66.
Yeah.
And you're going to be bending that and reshaping that. And you got that one, if I remember the story properly, you got that one from somebody who'd already put and invested some money into it with another shop. And the whole thing was actually twisted. And you can't actually see the twist until the professionals get their hands on it.
Until you start trying to line things up, then you realize that stuff wasn't put together correctly.
Yeah, it was over their head, man. That's so cool. What inspired you? How did you start? How did you start swinging a hammer and bending metal? Did you play with Legos? I mean, like what?
Well, I did play with Legos as a kid, yeah. But I would say, honestly, the things that changed my life were those early Discovery TV shows. You had Biker Build Off, you had Monster Garage, you had Overhaulin, Rides. It's pretty much like the early 2000s TV shows on Discovery Channel and TLC. Those kind of shaped my life. And so the I guess you could say the three most influential people that I had throughout my high school time were Indian Larry, Chip Foose, and Jesse James. That's kind of changed over the years.
But they're legends.
But they are legends.
They are legends. And they've bent a lot of cool metal.
Yeah.
You know, which is cool. And, you know, and they all do it in a different style. I think I would say seeing your work, I think you're really an amalgamation or a collage of everything that they've done, because they have distinct styles, and your style is, what I loved about it is you can match it to the owner's imagination.
Try to, at least.
Yeah.
I try to work with each client and take their thoughts, their ideas, their dreams, be realistic about what it is that we can do, what it is that's actually possible with their dreams, and then just build upon it. Throw my style into the mix. I like mixing different genres of car building. So I pull from different styling standpoints from like the JDM culture or Eurosport. I pull a lot from motorsports.
Mm-hmm. And you have, so on the 60, it's a 66 that you have there now, right? A 66 F100?
The one that we're building right now?
Because it's a combination. It's a 57.
Yeah.
But it has a different, what's different about it?
All sorts of things.
I know. Well, the bumpers you flipped and you changed. You've got a different front on it.
Yeah. So it's a 57 F100, but it has a 59 F100 hood. It's been wide bodied. It's bagged. It's got all sorts of crazy stuff going on with it. The bumpers on it that you mentioned, front and rear bumpers.
Insane, by the way. You guys will see pictures. We took some B-roll of it. It's cool.
The front end we tried to make look simple, look original, like it's supposed to be there, but still be like dual action, I guess you could say. So it can be a splitter. We can actually mount a splitter to the bottom side of it if we want to.
And it's ridiculously growly. You did something special to that roof. Tell us about it.
We actually did like what's called a wedge on the roof. So we raised it up and then shortened it on the front, like raised the height up of it on the rear 5/8, dropped the height 5/8 in the front. So it gives it just a bit more of a aggressive profile.
Yeah, I don't want to see that truck in my back mirror, man. It's cool.
Especially with the engine that's in it.
Yeah, the engine's ridiculous. And you've got it. And tell us about the chassis, because you did that with some more of your friends who are totally recognizable.
So we do a lot of work with Fat Fender Garage down in Gilbert, Arizona. And so they actually referred this client to us. And originally it started out as just like fitting the cab on the chassis. And then we got it in and we're like, there's a lot more that needs to be done on this thing.
But it's cool. It's a really, really nice chassis.
It is.
But the engine that's attached to it and the rear end that's attached to it, every little piece of this build is going to be ridiculous. How long does a build like that take?
Builds like that, it depends. It depends on like, the funds. And so like if the client has the funds available, we can do a full build in 2 years, 2.5 years or less, depending on like how involved.
That's if they're fully funded.
Correct. But if we have to time things out and spread things out, it does take a little bit longer.
2 years.
We are trying to expand upon that and shorten our timelines and get more full builds into the shop.
Incredible, man. And what I love about the way you do it, though, every single seam looks like it came out of a Rolls-Royce factory. I mean, it's insane. It's so perfect and on point. I really love it.
I'm a metal shaper by trade. And so I'm one of those people that like, I don't believe in the whole, when you get into this industry, there's this thought process like between fabricators and like body and paint guys that the body and paint guys will fix everything. So we can just get it close in metal and then they'll lather up in body filler and paint. I don't believe in that. So anything that rolls out of the shop, I try to keep all the metal within a 16th. It's going to get a skim coat of filler no matter what, but the minimal amount of body filler, the better, because then it lasts longer. Your paint looks better. It lasts longer. And just the longevity of the vehicle. We're not trying to like ruin these vehicles. They've lasted this long. We're trying to
get them to the next generation.
Mm-hmm. Turn them into legacy pieces that you can hand down throughout the family and that type of thing.
And you're in Salt Lake City?
Correct.
Right on, man. How can people find you?
They can find me through Instagram, social media.
You have a phone number?
I have a phone number, yes. We're on Google Maps as well. I've been slowly growing that part of the business. Like I said, I swing a hammer for a living. So the business end of the business is what I've been learning.
Yeah, business is an interesting thing, but following your passion is always helpful because you're never bored.
No,
you're never bored. Why would
my mind is always going? Like last night, I think I stayed up till 3 a.m. thinking of all sorts of different things that I have to do or want to do with just all sorts of different projects.
Yeah, and your shop is amazing. It's just super cool, and you work on projects anywhere from just sub $100,000 all the way up to over $1 million. Generally, you're in that $1 million range because it takes so long. Mm-hmm. I mean, we were talking about just that one bumper. You have a week into the front bumper, a week into the rear bumper. That's 60 plus hours on each bumper. That's 120 hours just on the bumpers.
The rear bumper took way more time.
Yeah,
I will say that took way more time.
And but there's no one who has anything. I mean, so you're paying professionals hundreds of hours of tedious work. So of course those hours add up. Mm-hmm. So it's really interesting. What would you say to the young entrepreneurs that are out there?
Go for it.
That's it. Just go for it.
I mean, I grew up with the whole thing of like, I'm not like a second generation hot rod builder or anything like that. And like we grew up working middle class. So if I wanted anything cool, I had to make it. And so that's kind of where the premise behind all of the skills came from is like, I wanted to have a cool motorcycle. I wanted to have a cool car, a cool truck. I don't have the funds to pay somebody. So I'm going to learn how to do it myself.
Interesting.
And so I learned how to do it. I went to school, I went to school for welding, and then through the process of welding, got into fabrication, and then on the job learned sheet metal shaping, and now I'm a professional metal shaper. So
I love it, man. Well, you're killing it in the industry. What was the hardest project that you've worked on to date? And so we're going to do two. What was the hardest project and what was the one you had the most fun on?
Hardest project to
most
date.
Challenging.
I can't really pinpoint one, honestly. Because each one comes with its own set of challenges.
Okay, cool. Did you ever have fun on a car?
I always have fun on cars.
Okay, cool. Which car did you have fun on?
I would say the funnest one so far was the 56 F100 that we did in collaboration with Fender Garage. They outsourced majority of the metalwork on this build to my shop, and it was in my shop for 2 years. And that was 2 years just in metalwork. We modified this truck every which way. Every single panel on the truck was modified in one way or another.
Wow.
And it doesn't look like your typical 56, but it looks right. It's not, I mean, it's over the top, but it's not. But it's classy and clean, and it flows.
What was your favorite motorcycle?
I've been a part of a lot of different builds, but as far as like full builds, I think the one that we did with Vito and Visionary, it was a 2021 Sportster S that we deconstructed and stylized to be more like a MotoGP bike.
Interesting.
And that was debuted at Harley's 120th anniversary in 2023.
How cool is that?
We renamed the bike the Sportster R. So
I love it, man.
That was a fun one.
That is a ton of fun. It's a ton of fun. And you know, you must meet the most interesting people because it is a very personal hobby, and you have to become very successful. Do you find that the people that you work with are more particular?
It depends, honestly. Certain clients, they want to be hands-on. They want to be a part of the whole process. And other clients, they'll give you a basic rendering and then say, here. And you have to pretty much create, and then I usually create and build upon while I'm doing it and throw my style into the mix, putting my spin on the version of that rendering, so to speak.
I love it, man. Well, if you guys are looking for something really cool, really fun, and a great place to have your dreams built in metal, man, you want Dexterous Engineering. You want my friend Pete. You want him and his team to take it to the next level. So, that being said, tell us again how we can find you.
Phone number, all the internet things, social media, and a website.
And a website. There you go. All the stuff is out there. Dexterous Engineering, they're in southern Salt Lake. They are just rocking and rolling, baby. Easy to find, easy to get to, and they're going to build you the dream that you've been waiting for. This is Peter Anthony, this is Utah Business Spotlight. Like, subscribe, share, and tell people about my friend Pete at Dexterous Engineering.